Trees silently receive sun and light. Rivers and waves hold with ease wind and rain. Farmers sow their paddy fields, fire-burnt month consumed by drought, drowned in flood, the crop of labor and love. Rice-providing mother dries with care new seeds of corn, which the farmer scatters. Yellow corn year, farmer's sweat drops shining like beads of diamond on his brow. And in fields of Bengal, ringing the tinkling anklets of 1,000 teenagers.
Life pulsates through every vein, flows in the muscles of every man and woman bent upon a task to be accomplished. The farmer, weaver, boatman, fisherman toil to build a new life for themselves. Who can stop this torrent of life? No floods, drought, famine and pestilence, no trials and tribulations, bereavement and lamentation. For in the heart is hope eternal, hope of building a happy and prosperous homeland. But who will build this land of our fondest dreams? What is needed is dedicated and selfless workers. Of that we have plenty, but we also need leaders of vision and dynamism who could unerringly point to the future. Dynamic leadership capable of charting a course to an assured future was what we lacked, and so the sweet fruits of freedom still elude our multitude.
Are we dead? No, never. Why have we then lost the capacity to resist? Why does the sky-splitting thunder fall upon us? Why do our hearts well up with the cry of anguish? Let the chorus of the nation's voice ignite like gunpowder, like the Bhairavagini played in a duet of the sarod and the shehnai. We are not dead. We are the children of fire. There is still a long way to go, O sons of Bengal. Burn, burn for 1,000,000 years. To the hungry bring food, to the dumb a new utterance, to the emptied lives a new touch of hope. To the setting sun give the signal of a new efflorescence.
And it is that hope and expectation that keeps the lamp of life burning. Life buoyant overcomes whatever stands in the way. Despondency is a luxury no nation can afford. And yet, it was precisely such a moment of deep despair and despondency that we came face to face with. It was at such a critical time that on the 24th of March 1982, the patriotic armed forces had to intervene to pull the nation back from the brink of an abyss. They were left with no choice but to take over the reins of government if the country was to be saved from ruination. The history of the last 5 years is the history of Herculean efforts to stem the rot eating into the vitals of an already crippled society. It has been a period marked by stability, reforms and progress in every field. It has been a time of significant change in politics, administration, in the economy and in the field of diplomacy. Changes have been fundamental, embracing our economic and social life, bringing a ray of hope where there was none. After assuming the heavy burden of office, President H.M.Ershad turned his attention first and foremost to the administrative system inherited from the colonial masters. The outmoded system could no longer meet present-day needs, and so it had to be changed radically. He introduced the upazila or sub-district level of administration, which brought it down to the grassroots level of the villages. The administrative reforms gave a new direction and generated a new enthusiasm for accelerated development of the countryside. Justice was always beyond the reach of the common man. Now justice was brought to his doorstep by creating 6 additional benches of the High Court to cater to the needs of various regions. On the basis of experience gained, these gave way to circuit benches to dispense quick justice. Cases have been pending before hard-pressed courts for years and even decades. Now, to ensure quick disposal of cases, the outdated penal code was drastically reformed. The long-awaited land reforms, which only this government had the temerity to carry out, has been hailed as a revolutionary step. A ceiling has been put on individual land holdings to a maximum of 20 acres. Sharecroppers who could be evicted at will have been granted an assured tenure of 5 years to cultivate their own holdings. The agricultural labourers have been assured a minimum daily wage of about 6 pounds of rice on the equivalent of its market value. For the landless peasant, a minimum holding of 2 acres have been guaranteed by the present government. The national economy has at long last been freed of its inertia. Total production has increased. Production increase had fallen to 0.1% in 1981-82. In the last 5 years, it has gone up to an average of over 5%. The rate of inflation has been cut down to 10%. This was 16% 5 years ago. Industry equals prosperity is a current truism. Keeping this self-evident truth in mind, President Ershad, right from the outset, gave his attention to end stagnation in the industrial sector and to set free the forces of production. And it is a fact that over the last few years, stagnation has been ended and productivity achieved in industry. The annual rate of industrial growth in the years 1983-84 and 1984-85 was 6%. In 1985-86, it has gone up to 10%. Private enterprise has been made the main instrument of industrialization. A large number of public sector enterprises, which were running at a loss but enjoying government subsidy, have been disinvested. Moreover, to encourage investment in industry, a liberal industrial policy has been advanced to attract local and foreign investment. Another revolutionary step of the present government is their drug policy. This has been welcomed both at home and abroad. Under the drug policy, 1,700 harmful and unnecessary medicines have been prohibited. To achieve the aim of health for all by the year 2000, health complexes and hospitals have been established in villages and upazilas. Various welfare measures have been undertaken to raise the level of public health. In recognition of the concrete and successful programs and policies, President Ershad has been awarded the United Nations Population Award of 1987. Education is admittedly the backbone of any nation. A massive drive is underway to free the people of the centuries-old curse of illiteracy. New schools and colleges are being built in sub-districts and districts. Priority is being given to scientific and vocational education. Already science laboratories have been built for 1,700 private primary schools and madrasas or religious schools. A great deal of funds are being spent on spreading increased primary education.